SVG has quickly become one of the most talked about names in NASCAR, especially when it comes to road course racing. The New Zealander has taken the sport by storm with a skill, strategy, and results that few expected so soon. With just a handful of races under his belt in the NASCAR Cup Series, is SVG already the best road course racer in NASCAR history? SVG's quick rise began with a stunning win at the inaugural Chicago street race. That victory wasn't just impressive, it was historic. The Chicago race was one of the most unpredictable events in recent memory due to weather, track design, and general chaos. But Shane not only survived all that, he dominated. Following that, he grabbed another win in Mexico City, showing that the Chicago victory wasn't a fluke. Winning two completely different types of road course races on a tight street circuit and the other on a more traditional layout was enough to convince many that this guy is the real deal. Now heading into Sonoma Raceway, a classic NASCAR road course that has been on the schedule for decades, the conversation has gotten even more intense. Despite the fact that Shane has much less experience at Sonoma than other drivers, some of whom have run hundreds or even thousands of laps there, he's still the favorite to win according to betting odds. Not just a slight favorite, but a heavy favorite. This is where things get interesting. Kyle Larson, for example, is not only the defending race winner at Sonoma, but also has years of experience on that track. Kyle Busch also has a long history at Sonoma, probably having completed over 2,000 laps there during his career. The fact that SVG is still the betting favorite despite his limited experience is not just surprising. But is SVG already the best road course racer in NASCAR Cup Series history? To properly answer that, it helps to compare him with the greatest names from the past decades. Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart are widely considered two of the best when it comes to road courses. Jeff Gordon won 9 road course races during his career, 6 at Watkins Glen and 3 at Sonoma. Tony Stewart had 8 road course wins and was especially admired for his versatility. He won in multiple generations of cars, something that speaks volumes about his adaptability as NASCAR evolved. Shane Van Gisbergen, on the other hand, currently has 3 Cup wins, all on road courses, despite being new to the series. So, in terms of raw numbers, he still has a way to go before catching Gordon and Stewart. But the NASCAR landscape has changed drastically over the last 20 years. In Gordon and Stewart's prime, there were usually only 2 road course races each year, one at Sonoma and one at Watkins Glen. That meant fewer chances to build up road course wins. Today, that number is much higher. In the 2023 season, for example, there were 6 road course races on the calendar, including playoff races. That means drivers today can rack up more road course stats than those from earlier eras. Then, there's the question of competition. Back in the 1990s and early 2000s, only a handful of drivers were seen as serious contenders on road courses. Guys like Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, and Marcos Ambrose. The rest of the field just hoped to survive the race without crashing. In contrast, the current Cup Series field includes at least 10 to 12 drivers who are considered very strong on road courses. Chase Elliott has 7 road course wins, Kyle Larson has 4, and Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, and Michael McDowell are also in that mix. That makes SVG's dominance even more impressive. He's beating a much deeper and more competitive field. Another factor that's worth mentioning is the amount of data and information that modern drivers have. In today's NASCAR, every piece of SVG's data, his throttle points, brake inputs, steering angle, and even his racing line can be viewed and copied by competitors. Yet, even with all that access, they still can't match his performance. This shows that his skill isn't just about having a fast car or good equipment. It's about a deep, instinctive understanding of car control on road courses that few others possess. Also, the fact that SVG comes from a supercars background makes this even more impressive. The cars in Australian supercars are different from NASCAR stock cars, but they require similar skills, especially on road and street courses. SVG has made that transition almost instantly, a testament to his natural talent and adaptability. It usually takes drivers years to get comfortable in a new series. Shane did it in a matter of races. At Sonoma Raceway, one of the toughest and most technical tracks on the schedule, Shane Van Gisbergen's performance had already raised eyebrows. But it wasn't just Sonoma. In less than 12 months, SVG managed to sweep both the Cup and Xfinity Series races at the Chicago Street Course and then took another impressive victory in Mexico City. What made the Mexico race more shocking was that he finished more than 16 seconds ahead of his closest rival. In racing terms, that's an eternity. Such dominance on a road course in a series where mere tenths of a second often separate first from 10th was a bold message. SVG is not just good, he might be redefining what's possible on road layouts in NASCAR. When Kyle Larson was asked in a recent press conference to comment on SVG's rise, his 6-word summary was both powerful and telling. He's so good, and it's rare.
He's so good, and it's rare that you see somebody stand out, like his distance himself from the competition as much as he is. You know, he's way better than us at the road course stuff, and he's got his own technique, you can call it. Not his own, because the rest of the world does it, but right foot braking and clutching and all that stuff, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like, there's zero chance I can learn how to do that, and even if I did, there's zero chance that I can have it be better than what I'm probably doing, left foot braking. So yeah, he's just he's so good. So and he's still new to the oval stuff, so he's going to continue to get better at that, and if he can figure out the ovals, he'll be dominant.
It's worth noting that SVG's success didn't just come out of nowhere. Before coming to NASCAR, he was already a 3-time Supercars champion in Australia and New Zealand. Those cars, much like NASCAR stock cars, are heavy, rear-wheel drive machines that race on tight, technical tracks. That background prepared SVG well for the unique challenges of NASCAR road courses. But adapting to ovals is a different beast altogether. Drivers must handle high-speed drafting, tire fall-off, pitch strategy, and track position in a way that's unlike anything in supercars. Still, the garage has taken notice. SVG's rise is also influencing how teams prepare. Engineers and data analysts are now spending time dissecting his braking zones, throttle inputs, and cornering lines. Crew chiefs are watching replays, looking for any hint of what gives him such a consistent edge. Drivers are reviewing his onboard footage, trying to understand how he can brake later and still carry more speed through a corner without losing control. Some are even experimenting with adjusting their own driving styles, especially on the handful of road courses left on the calendar. As the NASCAR season pushes forward, the spotlight on SVG will only get brighter. In the next 3 months alone, there are at least 3 major road course events, and he's expected to be a top contender in all of them. But the bigger question is whether he can crack the code on ovals. If he does, and he starts winning consistently on tracks like Bristol, Kansas, or Charlotte, then the entire Cup Series might be forced to adapt or get left behind. Now, before you leave, just don't forget to give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and also ring that notification bell while you're down there.